And that leads very, very nicely into one of the top stories today, which is that the Writers Guild has announced that they have reached a tentative agreement. The WGA and AMPTP reached a tentative agreement. And that is so exciting. So basically, folks, I got a little bit of a heads up on this, but the Writers Guild unambiguously won. Okay? The writers the deal that has been on that was being pushed around is just unambiguously what the Writers Guild asked for. They basically won their demands. You know, solidarity forever, my friends, because guess what? Not only does solidarity make the union strong and make all of us strong, but it gets us what we need. Okay? So, here is actually what the tentative agreement is. Okay? Let's take a look at the short summary. Where did that open up? Oh, here it is. Okay, summary. This will go from 2023 to 2026. Most MBA minimums will increase by 5% on ratification of the contract, 4% on 5/2/2024, and 3.5% on 5/2/2025. Some minimums and rate increases. Some minimums and rates increase less, mostly by 3% each year, while a few rates increase only once or do not increase over the contract. These exceptions are the result of patterns established in the industry. Increased health and pension contribution rate. The health fund contribution on reportable earnings will increase 0.5% in the second year of the agreement, from 11.5% to 12%. The Guild also has the right to divert an additional 0.5% in each of the second and third years of the contract from various minimum increases to either the health fund or pension plan. Increased health and pension plan contributions for writing teams. Each writer on a writing team employed for a script will receive pension and health contributions up to the relevant cap as though they were a single writer, rather than splitting the applicable cap. In addition, when a writing team is employed on a series, the contribution for each writer on the team will be made the full weekly minimum instead of one half of the weekly minimum. As regards AI, we've established regulations for the use of artificial intelligence on MBA-covered projects in the following ways. AI can't write or rewrite literary material, and AI-generated material will not be considered source material under the MBA, meaning that AI-generated material can't be used to undermine a writer's credit or separated rights. 2. A writer can choose to use AI when performing writing services if the company consents and provided that the writer follows applicable company policies, but the company can't require the writer to use AI software, like ChatGPT, when performing writing services. So basically, the company cannot force writers to use AI. Writers can, if they so choose, use AI, but it's their choice. It's not a choice imposed upon them. Let's go. The company must disclose to the writer if any materials given to the writer have been generated by AI or incorporate AI-generated material. The WGA reserves the right to assert the exploitation of writers' material to train AI. Reserves the right to assert that exploitation of writers' material to train AI is prohibited by MBA or other law. So basically, companies don't have the right to just submit material to train AI, which is good. That really honestly needs to just be standard in basically every writing contract. Improved terms for screenwriter employment, guaranteed second step. A second step is required whenever a writer is hired for a first draft screenplay for 200% of minimum or less, including original and non-original screenplays. The requirement also applies to spec purchases. accelerated payment structure for flat deals, screenwriters hired on a flat deal basis for 200% of minimum or less must be paid 50% of their fee on commencement. If the writer has not delivered within 9 weeks of commencement, 25% of the fee is payable upon invoice. The final 25% is due on delivery of the step. Streaming features. When a feature-length project is made for streaming with a budget of $30 million or more, the minimum initial compensation for a story or teleplay is $100,000, an 18% increase from the current rate, and a 26% increase in the residual base. Combined with the foreign residual improvements described below, this results in a 3-year residual of $216,000 for projects on the largest services, a 49% increase from $144,993 under the 2020 MBA. Improved terms in high-budget subscription video on demand. Increased foreign streaming residuals. Foreign streaming residuals will now be based on streaming services' number of foreign subscribers for services available globally, amounting to a 76% increase, including a 2.5% base increase, to the foreign residual for the services with the largest global subscriber bases over 3 years. For instance, Netflix's 3-year foreign residual will increase from the current $18,684 for a 1-hour episode to $32,830. Viewership-based streaming bonus. The Guild negotiated a new residual based on viewership, made for a high-budget subscription video on demand services and films that are viewed by 20% or more of the service's domestic subscribers in the first 90 days of release, or the first 90 days of any subsequent exhibition year, get a bonus equal to 50% of the fixed domestic and foreign residual, with views calculated as hours streamed domestically of the season or film divided by runtime. For instance, projects written under the new MBA on the largest streaming services would receive a bonus of $9,031 for a half-hour episode, $16,415 for a 1-hour episode, or $40,500 for a streaming feature over $30 million in budget. This bonus structure will take effect for projects based on or after January 1st, 2024. Additionally, and this was a big fight, if I understand correctly from people in the know, streaming data transparency. The companies agreed to provide the Guild, subject to a confidentiality agreement, the total number of hours streamed, both domestically and internationally, of self-produced high-budget streaming programs, like a Netflix original series. The Guild may share information with the membership in aggregated form. This is a really big deal because, frankly, a lot of the information on this was like closely guarded secrets. Like the actual numbers of like episodes streamed, hours streamed, etc. was kept like high priority secret because they were worried that if that information got out there, it would provide leverage for unions to work with. And they are absolutely right. So having this provision in there really indicates that the unions are going to be even better armed in the next round of negotiations in 2026. So, let's go. Then premium for pilot and backup scripts. 150% premium, pilot premium and 115% backup script premiums will now apply to programs made for HBS VOD. This is so good. This is really, really good. Minimum terms for advertising supported streaming, increased compensation for series employment, weekly pay, and staff writer script fees. Yeah, writer-producer weekly minimums, terms of employment up to 9 weeks. You get paid $11,371. 10 to 19 weeks, $9,476. 20 plus weeks. Yeah, this is for writer-producer. This is good stuff. Oh, also, once 3 writers are convened before a series order, at least 3 writer-producers, including the showrunner, are guaranteed 10 consecutive weeks of employment. So again, a lot of this fight was over keeping writers' rooms intact and being able to have workers kind of collaborate with one another in these creative spaces, and also establish minimum amounts of labor, so that writers can actually have coherent work lives, be able to go and work, be able to, make a living. It's good stuff. This is all good. Maybe we'll get some quality shows out of this. I'm sure we will, right? Like, they're going to write better if they're not, like, anxious all the goddamn time. So this is very, very exciting. Improved options, exclusivity, and span protections. Appendix A series made for subscription streaming services. Showrunner training program. Nice. This is really, really good. And as I understand it, basically the Writers Guild basically got everything that they asked for in their last counter offer to the Hollywood execs. This was basically the what they were asking for. I don't think they had to concede on basically anything. So this is really, really amazing. Congratulations to the striking workers, and I hope they have a great day at work tomorrow. Or whenever they go back to work. I don't think it's back to work tomorrow. Let me double check that. Yeah, the Writers Guild of America board voted today to affirm the strike-ending deal. Okay. No, okay, so it does officially end tomorrow. So at midnight tonight, I think it ends. So, yeah, the strike ends at 12:01 a.m. So in exactly an hour and 1 minute, at least in my time zone. Congratulations to the workers. I know that for a lot of folks in the industry, some of whom watch this show, it's been a bumpy ride. So I'm really excited that you guys get to go back to work. Cheers.